Hi, Christian. It's Aussie. Good, mate, good. Listen, I'm really pushing up against this stupid cost cap thing. Tell me again, how did you guys get away with it? The catering budget, and that worked. I mean, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, no, that works too, because we're in Austin, so I'll just order Pizza Hut or Domino's or something. Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain, and welcome back to Forza Ferrari. Today we have the Austin Sprint Weekend, so we've got to get through things quickly here to obviously keep the episode down to not under an hour, or to under an hour, I should say. But the cost cap, we are projected to have £1,000,000 left. It's if we have a big crash now, like we did in Canada with when Perez took out Giovinazzi and sort of rode off the car, we're absolutely screwed because we won't be able to afford to replace the engine, and we obviously have to be able to replace the engine. So I'm just so worried going into this that we're going to go over and then I'm going to end up getting sacked at the end of the season. But anyway, that's where we're at. Let's have a quick look here at where we are actually at on track. We are 299 points. We're not going to catch Mercedes. They're gone. They've seen that they've got a faster car than us. Presumably, they haven't blown as much money as I have. Alpine are not going to catch us, so we're going to finish fourth. So it's just a matter now of just getting to the end of the season, spending as little money as possible, and with parts wearing out all the time, that's proving difficult. What we're going to start to do is put old parts back on the car, so we're not having to manufacture new parts. So yeah, that's where we're at. Drivers' Championship, Giovinazzi is 6th. Hopefully he can stay there, Mick, and not lose out to Russell. Mick's going to finish 8th, I would imagine. So yeah, it's just kind of where we're at. The drivers thing here, that's Giovinazzi's contract. We will try and renew it at some point. We just can't do it right now. And if we have a look at what we're doing for this race weekend, we're expecting a dry weekend. We can see the circuit map there. Red Sector 1, Blue Sector 2, Yellow Sector 3 for qualifying. It's a good track. I like Austin. I really do. A little bit of everything there. Low speed and high speed cornering is what seems to be the most important. 21-second loss for a pit stop. Expected strategies. It eats tyres. The soft tyre just never lasts long here. So we're going to have to try and save some mediums if we can. Compound performance there. We can see. I mean, look at the drop off. Almost 1.6. Try that again. 0.16 of a second on the soft. I mean, even 0.11 of a second on the medium, and then the hard is under a tenth of a lap. But the hard is also a second a lap slower. So I think what you want to do is, if you get a chance with about 10 laps to go into a soft, you would take it. But otherwise, yeah, it's just not worth doing. And historically, Max Verstappen wins, which is, I think, the case at most tracks, isn't it? So let's go and have a look at our performance targets here. Reach Q3. I mean, that's not even a given anymore, I don't think. I mean, P4 would be brilliant. I just can't see that happening. Fastest lap. I mean, if it happens, it happens. I don't know if I want to guarantee a top 4 finish, actually, because I think it's just going to cost us money. Does that come out of the cost cap? if it does. Anyway, and qualifying race. Can we do, what's the race? 1 car in the top 6 for 2 races. I mean, I don't even know if that's doable. I don't even know. Well, I mean, we'll do it because we've got to aim for something, but I'm not even sure that's doable. Alright, it's a sprint weekend, so let's go. So there we go. It's going to be more or less the same weather all weekend, which can only be a good thing, I suppose. I'll go do FP1, and then I'll see you for qualifying. Alright, so we are getting ready for qualifying. FP1, we can see here, we were down here 14th and 15th. Now, given we did the whole thing on one set of hard tyres with the old engine parts and whatnot, not terrible, to be honest. It could have been a lot worse. I had a Guan Yu on a soft tyre, so yeah, not too bad at all. But that Q1 should be fine, given all this, despite that. New engines, well, better engines anyway. We should be able to get through Q1 okay. So we were absolutely fine. Out of an abundance of a caution, we did a second run with Giovinazzi, but he was fine. Mick 4th, he's 8th. And yeah, that's not too bad at all. Alright, we are on our run with Mick. Now, I'm taking a bit of a risk with Giovinazzi and not doing a second run with him. I'm trying to save a set of tyres. He had to do the second run in Q1. So I'm trying to sort of offset that now. This is not a good place to be catching cars, and Mick is currently 5th. Oh, he's gone. The Mercedes there has absolutely screwed him, and there's no way he's going any faster this lap. So Mick's going to be out in Q2. Of course, it is a sprint weekend. It's not the real-life sprint rules. The sprint race will set the grid. But yeah, that Mercedes is absolutely just... I don't know who it was. I mean, we might as well just not even bother with the rest of the lap. We will bother with the rest of the lap, but I mean, the question I guess is, can we move up any places? Albon is maybe gettable, although he's just gone quicker. Mick, yeah, no, he just got blocked. He got blocked in both his runs. So no luck whatsoever there for Mick, and well, we were on board, we saw it, a Mercedes blocked him, and they should get a penalty for that. I don't know which one it was, but I mean, that technically, that's still a battle for the championship as well, so that's really, really frustrating. Anyway, Gio goes into Q3, let's see where he can get himself. Alright, so Giovinazzi is currently 4th. Now, he had the extra set of soft tyres, so both runs have been on a new set. So let's go and see what he can do. He's currently ahead of Verstappen. Now, I'm assuming that's because Verstappen has been blocked, and that is not going to stay the case. Yeah, Verstappen's gone purple. So we're looking at least 5th. Hulkenberg is going faster behind us, but I think he's finished his lap. So he's not going to go ahead of us, and nobody else is really doing anything else in terms of green sectors. So can we go and get ourselves ahead of maybe Lance Stroll? Now, how far was Lance Stroll? He's only just ahead of us. So if we're doing green sectors, almost certainly, as Verstappen does indeed go fastest, could we get ourselves best of the rest, which would be an absolute shock considering, you know, what's on the car. It is a new engine, which might help us. Now, don't get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Thank you. Come on, Gio. Can he go second row of the grid? He goes 4th. So a good sprint starting position for Giovinazzi, and Mick, well, he's got some laps here to try and make up for it. He's going to move up 1 with the Bottas penalty, but yeah, just really, I mean, he did a 33.7 himself. A 33.7 would have got him so comfortably into Q3. It's a joke. So such a shame for Mick. All right, so here we go for the sprint race. Giovinazzi there. Mick is back here somewhere. Giovinazzi, we are going to use his ERS early on. I think. No, maybe we're not. We are, Gio, if you want to just jump on that now for me. Mick, I'm not. My plan here is when DRS is around, because he should be naturally quicker than these cars anyway. So my plan is, even if he just holds position for the start, and then once... I went that instead of that. Okay. Then once you know everybody else is sort of burnt through their battery or whatnot, then we can go with Mick on his ERS, and he should be able to cut through fairly quickly. So we're just trying to be a little bit patient with Mick. But Giovinazzi has held position off the line, which is brilliant. Now, we've seen in sprint races before that we've dropped back a little bit to start with because people are really pushing the tyres. I don't think they're going to be able to do that here because we can see on the medium, it's only just going to make it as it is. So I'm fairly confident, yeah, like I say, that everybody's going to be in roughly the same boat. So let's hope so. And let's hope that we're able to... Yeah, so Giovinazzi's got a hold position. Mick, if he can get himself up inside the top 10, I'd be quite pleased with him, I think. So, yeah, let's see exactly what he can do here. He's right behind the back of Sargent. And let's deploy here. See if we can go and get him. And is he on a hard tyre? Why does he have a hard tyre? So there are some hard tyres. Why don't we have a hard tyre? Oh, I must have used it in free practice. That must be why we've got to have a hard tyre for the actual race. So maybe that explains that. But anyway, mix up 1. Gio's held position. So far, so good. Alright, so we are about halfway through, and what we've done is, I think we've completed 10 laps, and there's 10 laps to go. Something like that. So, Giovinazzi has currently dropped back 1 to Stroll. Nothing to worry about. Stroll basically got past him on DRS, so we're harvesting with both cars. We're just sort of stuck behind this battle right now as well. And in fact, this might be our time to go and try and get past both of these guys. K-Mag is holding up everybody, but if he gets DRS here, and if we don't have DRS on the Williams, go on, Mick. Can he get a double overtake done? We're not going to get anything out of that, so that's annoying. But anyway... yeah, Mick is doing a good job. This is 10th in front of us, which is as high as he's going to get because it's 4 seconds from K-Mag ahead to his teammate. So, yeah, we're just kind of looking to get that done. And with Giovinazzi, we're just looking at just getting Stroll, basically. Once the battery's fully charged, we might even... Do we get him there? No. Then we'll just DRS away for a couple of laps, and, yeah, it'll be good. There's the hard tyre runners, but we're hanging onto our tyres fairly well compared to the rest of the medium runners. Oh, our battery's fully charged. Compared to the rest of the medium runners, we're hanging onto our tyres fairly well. So, yeah, I'm fairly confident we're going to end up 10th and 4th here. But time will obviously tell on that front. So, yeah, I will check in with you momentarily. Alright, so Giovinazzi has got past Stroll, and we're just watching Mick go past Albon, having already got past Kevin Magnussen. So 10th and 4th is where we are, and yeah, now we just need to try and hold on to this for the last 5 or so laps. So fingers crossed we can go and do just that. Alright, well, never mind just trying to get to 4th. We've got George Russell right in front of us here, apparently massively struggling. And with DRS and a little bit of ERS, we should be able to cruise past him into turn 1. Get it done, Gio. Can he get it done? Yes, he can. So we're onto the podium. I did not see this coming. Of course, it's not the actual main event. That will come a little bit later. But yeah, if we can just DRS ourselves away, ourselves away, make sure we stay ahead of him down this DRS zone. And I don't think we're going to catch Perez. There's only a few laps to go, and he's 4 seconds up the road. But it's nice to dream. Alright, well, we are coming across the line with 2 laps to go, and Mick has just caught the back of the battle for 5th. It's Hamilton, so 6th is just in front of us here. So we are going to deploy to the end with him. Giovinazzi is just struggling a little bit to hold off the challenge of George Russell here, so we're going to try and make sure that happens. He's up the inside of us there. Can we get him back with the ERS? We can. But Mick is the star here. He's just got himself past Hulkenberg up into 9th. And we're on to the final lap, or more importantly, to the point, I suppose, Verstappen is onto the final lap. And, well, we will just have to see now if we can do anything more. I don't know if Giovinazzi is going to be able to hold off George Russell. Having the DRS is... well, I mean, I think that's basically how we got past him, and it is hurting us a little bit, I think. I don't know. We're on the last lap, so we can push these tyres as well. I don't know if Mick is going to be able to do much more. But if he can keep Hulkenberg behind him, 15th and 9th in a sprint race is absolutely spectacular, though. And is Giovinazzi going to be able to? Yes, he is able to keep them behind, and Mick again is he's going to keep everybody behind him, catching very, very quickly. I mean, this pace is promising for the actual main event, isn't it? So Verstappen has won. Giovinazzi gets himself on the podium. That is superb.
Okay, that's a checkered
flag. And Mick is that close away from getting himself a little bit further up the field. I tell you what, another... Oh! Did we finish? We did finish. We ran out of fuel, but we finished. And Ocon... Well, almost gave us another position. Now, of course, if Mick had managed to get 8th, he would have scored a point there. But anyway, that's beside the point. Let's have a look here. What do we want to do? Medium, hard. I think you'd rather have the hard in the middle, wouldn't you? And sort of have medium at either end. And then if there's a safety car, yeah, you can kind of cut a stint short with a soft coming at the end. I think I prefer that. And then with Mick... starting 9th. Do we with him go the other way then? And there is an option. We can push a little bit in each stint. Obviously, we just can't push the whole time on on everything. But that's okay. Looking good. I did nail the setup. So that 1 free practice session, absolutely almost perfect. So we will we'll use our ERS early on here for Giovinazzi to hold position. If he can finish 3rd, I mean, I will be absolutely delighted with that. And Mick, we know we can push the tyres a little bit, so maybe we'll do it early on with him with the ERS and try and get ourselves up a little bit further. Mick's pace is good. I mean, he could easily find himself top 5 in this one. All right, welcome back. Here we go. Look at Giovinazzi putting it 3rd. Mick is back there as well. Can we do something about these Red Bulls? They're both on a soft tyre off the line, so perhaps unlikely. Can we swoop around? I would have just liked to hold position, but Russell has got us off the line. And I mean, that'll be it. The Red Bulls will just disappear into the distance, specifically Verstappen. But Mick did get a position off the line. He's got past Ocon, who we almost got in the sprint race, of course. Now, Giovinazzi looks like he's under pressure there from Stroll. Now, is that a soft tyre for Stroll? Yes, it is. So, I mean, these soft tyre runners, in a way... we can discount them for now because they're going to go 10 laps, if that, and have to come in. So, yeah, I don't think need to be too concerned. We might push Giovinazzi a little bit on here early as well for these first couple of laps. What we don't want to do is lose out too much. Stroll, as I said, is not too bad because he's on a soft tyre. He's going to go back in the field anyway. But Russell's a bit of a pain given he's on the medium, and we certainly don't want Alonso behind us coming through as well. So, yeah, we'll see how this race develops. Mick is doing okay. He can just sort of hang on to the... Oh, that's Giovinazzi right there. So, yeah, let's see how it goes, and I'll come back when the soft tyre runners come into the pits, and we can sort of see where that leaves us. We could well be second and third-ish or thereabouts, second and fourth perhaps in about 8 laps time. Well, that's not going to happen. We see it time and time again from Giovinazzi early in the race. He just seems to have absolutely no pace. And Mick is now right behind him. So, yeah, that's a little bit frustrating. Given that's the case, we might charge the old Urs in Mick's car and see if we can push him past at some point. But... yeah, I don't understand what happens to Giovinazzi at the start of a race. He just seems super cautious, but then it does tend to come good for him towards the end. Alright, so we do have some soft tyre runners starting to come in. We are still sitting just behind Alonso here, which is absolutely fine because we're using this opportunity to charge the batteries, and we just saw Giovinazzi get past him whilst harvesting, so that tells you a rough idea of how he's going. He is on a medium tyre. Mick is coming in shortly. We'll try and get him as far as we can on these tyres. Giovinazzi is also coming in shortly. We might start and push him on a little bit. But yeah, the soft tyres, I mean, to be fair, they have got this far, but I mean, look at the condition of them. You know, the 2 Red Bulls. It's a wonder they're still going, actually. But, yeah, so here we go. Here they come in now. Hamilton will probably... So they're double stacking the Red Bulls. And they're right behind each other, so that's going to be interesting. Verstappen's going to get massively lost out. I wonder if Verstappen made a mistake, because his tyre was very poor, wasn't it? So I wonder if he made a mistake and that let Perez through. Optimal lap to stop. We'll go a couple more, I think. We'll go a couple more. And it's a shame we couldn't have got past Alonso there, actually. But has Giovinazzi got a car come out in front of him? So Giovinazzi is split the Red Bulls right now, so that means that Verstappen is the car that is just behind him, yeah. Which is absolutely fine, actually. I wouldn't be against. If Verstappen can get past, if we can hang on to the back of him, sort of get DRS'd along for a little bit, then that would actually help us out. Obviously, his pace is going to be quite spectacular right now, so even if it's just a lap or two, that would be a very good thing for us. But I think he's already gone, isn't he? So never mind. Mick, I think we'll do this lap, and we'll stop him next time around. So you come in for the medium. Yeah, we're doing medium with you, aren't we? So you come in for that. That'll be next lap, and then Giovinazzi, he can go as long as he possibly can. And yeah, Alonso is coming to the pits as well. So. Yeah, that's all okay. I'm okay with how things look here. We'll come back in a second here for Mick's stop. Alright, and here he comes in now. Please be a good one. Please be a good one. You'll let Giovinazzi go a little bit longer. The longer he can go into the race, obviously, the better. And it is, okay, 2.6. I'm okay with losing a couple of tenths, as I've said many times. It's when we get to 4, 5, 6 seconds that it becomes a problem. Now, Alonso will probably get the undercut. Actually, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Now, is he on a hard tyre? What did Alonso go into? He went onto a medium. So that is not too bad. If we can stay within DRS, it would be even better. We're just outside it now. So let's go deploy and try and get ourselves back into DRS range. That'll help his race. And then Giovinazzi will do one more. Or do we come in this lap? The tyres are hot. Let's come in this lap if it's not too late. Hopefully it's not too late. He's going to go into the hard. And let's see if he will come in. He will. So we push that to the limit. Hopefully we've not pushed them into a mistake. Giovinazzi, 2.9. Again, I'm okay with it. Could be a lot better, obviously. But I'm okay with that. And he'll go onto the hard tyre. And if we can push him long enough into the race here, he might even be able to go into a soft at the end. But we'll see what happens when we get there on that front. So, yeah. On we go now. You can see Mick's got a bit of a shorter stint, so he can push this tyre quite hard before he goes on to his hard. But Giovinazzi has lost out a little bit and come out behind Alonso, Ricciardo, and Mick. But Mick is about to get past Danny Rick, it looks like. There he goes. So he can on chase now after Alonso. But long way to go on this one yet, not even halfway. Oh, Mick, he was catching Alonso as well. And he's locked up. And, well, that's going to make a bit of a dent in his tyres as well. He's just getting towards his stop.
Keep pushing.
And that is disappointing, Mick. It's only cost him a position to his teammate, but yeah, I mean, last lap's not going to do him justice now, but he was catching Alonso at a good half a second or more a lap. Ah, Mick. Alright, Mick is about to come in for his final stop. Now, we've had two decent ones. Is this the bad one? No, that's not too bad either. Okay, so that's good. So he is done, unless there's a safety car. We want to whack a soft tyre on towards the end. Mick is done. He is going to come out in 11th, is he? Which is not too bad. Who else is yet to make stops here? How's he doing? We've got to make sure we get these tyres to the end. So let's preserve them a little bit. So Albon in front, Ocon as Zillow has stopped. So he should come out roughly. Oh, he's behind Magnussen though. He's made 2 stops. So Magnussen's going to have to make another one. So Magnussen's on a 3-stopper. So that's not too bad. And yeah, Giovinazzi, he did have Stroll come out from the pits in front of him. You can see we are catching Alonso. That's Alonso, the car in front. Ocon was putting pressure on behind us. He's on a soft tyre though, which has just fallen off a cliff as Schumacher gets past Albon. Didn't realise he was that close behind Albon. Albon's coming to the pits, so that explains that, I suppose. So he's back into the points, and yeah, I mean 7th and 8th is sort of the 4th best team in the race, so you'd expect that's where we finish. I just wonder if Giovinazzi might have something for Alonso here towards the end of this one, especially if we go and put on a soft tyre. You can see there are some other stops coming in here now. Alonso is on a medium, so he'll be coming in shortly. And yeah, I'm increasingly thinking we stick Giovinazzi on a soft tyre at the end for that last little bit and see what he can do against people that are on aging hard tyres. But yeah, we'll see how far he can go here as Hamilton comes out just in front of us. Alright, we are about to come into the pits with Giovinazzi. So, let's see what we can do. He's going to put on a soft tyre. Please be a good stop. We have not had a bad one yet, which is terrifying. And, again, it's not terrible. It's not terrible, which is all I ask. So, we are going to drop behind a few cars here. Can we get out in front of Mick? No. So we should be absolutely rapid, because if we look at the tyres that people are on here, we're looking at old softs, old mediums, old hards. Russell had the similar idea to us, but he's going to be quite slow at the end, but he's also a whole pit stop ahead of us. So the plan here, we're going to go for fastest lap momentarily. So we've been charging up the battery as well, which probably is what cost us the position there to Mick, but that's okay. We will get DRS from Mick up the front straight, and then we will ask him just to move out of the way. So that Giovinazzi can actually... Let me just pause this momentarily here, because we want to deploy, and I want to push the tyres, but not too hard, because we do need to get them to the end. And then Mick, if you can just don't fight your teammate on the exit here, please. Just give him the DRS and politely move out of the way. We didn't get DRS, and he's going to be in the way. So he should jump out of the way, Mick. Jump out of the way. There he is. Well done, Mick. Job done there. Now, where's our sector times here? Are we going to do a purple first sector? Not even a fastest first sector. So that's slightly concerning. Mick's tyres are overheating, so we'll just back him off a little bit. Giovinazzi. Come on, mate. Come on. Purple. At least green. Give me some sort of hope. You're on a soft tyre, mate. He's done purple. Okay, come on, Mickey. Who are you, Gio boy? We don't want to take too much out of these tyres, but I want the extra point if we can at all manage to get it. It could be absolutely crucial. And let's see, is it going to be fastest lap of the race? Yes, it is. Well done, Gio. A 35.2, and I don't think it's anybody else on a soft tyre. Unless Sonoda can beat it, nobody else is going to beat it. So that is excellent. And the gap, did we manage to pull in a little bit of time? So only about 2 seconds. So Ocon and Alonso are right there. There they are right there. Then neither of them are on a soft tyre. So that should be fairly doable. Then we've got to look at 10 laps. Is anybody else going to be catchable? Maybe Stroll on a hard. But we will, of course, be getting slower the longer we go as well. And, of course, our tyres will start to get a little bit more worn and we'll slow down ourselves. So, yeah, let's see what we can do. I wonder if Mick could get ahead of Ocon and Alonso. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? How far is he behind them? He's a little bit further back again. So, all right, let's see if Gio can get some overtakes done. So here we go onto the back straight. We will get DRS, much better traction than Alonso. And this should be... Do we have a problem? Yes, mate, the car's crap, I know. But we're going to have to deal with that for now. And that is one done. And then with any luck, we'll go and get Ocon up the front straight. And then we can... Oh, they've nicked our fastest lap. Russell, you mother effer. Oh, he's nicked it by 3,000. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So this should be... We don't have much battery, but we should be able to get it done anyway. Up into turn 1, shouldn't we? Maybe, maybe not. So we'll sit here for a little... I can't... 3,000ths of a second is going to cost us a championship point. Unbelievable. And Mercedes as well. They've done that on purpose, haven't they? Anyway, we should get Ocon down this back straight, and then it's going to be a little bit of a hike then to go up and get Lance Stroll. But this should be like taking candy from the proverbial baby. And there we go. Ocon is in the rearview mirrors. Let's see if we can catch Stroll. The gap to Stroll is 22 seconds. And we're not really going any faster than him, so that's unlikely, isn't it? Oh, multiple cars have crashed. Is there going to be a safety car with 3 laps to go? And more importantly, is Giovinazzi involved? Oh, for a second then. It's Hulkenberg, and is that was one of the Alfa Romeos. It's Bottas, and that's not really even a crash, is it? So getting a little bit excited there for nothing. But what we should be getting excited about is Mick. That's Alonso in front of him, and that's Ocon in front of Alonso. So there just might be an outside chance of getting it back up to 7th here, which would be very, very nice indeed. Are we in DRS range? Not quite yet. That incident's under investigation. No penalties given. It didn't even look like there was anything that happened, to be honest. What we are also doing is we're going to recharge the batteries with Giovinazzi. We're going to have one last crack at this fastest lap on the last lap of the race. To see if we can nick it back from George Russell. I don't know we're going to have the life in the tyres to do it, but god damn it, we're going to try. Okay, let's absolutely belt these tyres to smithereens now. We're going to try and get 2 places here with Mick. So if we get 6th and 7th, I mean, that would be a nice bonus, wouldn't it? Just a little bit concerned about his petrol, but that should be okay. And can we get one done up here into turn 1? We've done a really good job holding onto our tyres here. Can he get it done on Alonso? He forces his way up the inside, and that should be that, is it? No, Alonso comes back at him. Oh, stick with it, Mick. Stick with it. Oh, there you go. You don't get many passes up there. So that's the final lap for Verstappen. I'm just going to keep half an eye on where Giovinazzi is to start his lap. Let's deploy up here and see if we can go and get Esteban Ocon, and then just keep deploying and see if we can drive off into the distance. That's Mick up into 7th. Now, where's Giovinazzi? He's just up here. So we've got plenty extra to go. So deploy, push those tyres, Gio. And go nick that fastest lap point back, mate. Go and do it. Now, I think we are out of battery here, but we've broken DRS with Mick. So that Mick has broken DRS, sorry. So that should be fine. Giovinazzi hasn't really had the pace I would have hoped for. He has taken a bit of a chunk out of the gap, I suppose. He hasn't done a fastest first sector. So that doesn't bode particularly well. The engine part that is gone is the ERS, and I think he's on his last ERS as well. I think that's going to be the one that has to get to the end of the year. So this might be a last hurrah for Giovinazzi in terms of being competitive in a race. And yeah, no, he's not going to get the fastest lap back, so we will not bother pushing anymore. But Max Verstappen has won, as he always seems to do. It's going to be Perez, Hamilton, Russell, Stroll, but then breaking the 2x2, Giovinazzi comes 6th, and Mick Schumacher is going to come around the final corner and finish 7th. We have beaten, both cars have beaten Alonso, so that's not bad given the circumstances. And of course, the podium for Giovinazzi in the sprint race is extra points. I think that was 6 points as well there. So he dropped 3 overall, but I don't think realistically could we have expected. Maybe we could have, but anyway, 6th and 7th is not too bad at all. So for the Drivers' Championship, Giovinazzi loses out a little bit of his lead there to Russell, but he stays where he is. And Mick has just consolidated his 8th spot in the Constructors. Well, we're just going to finish 4th, aren't we? We've lost out to Mercedes. We've pulled the gap on Alpine, and yeah, it's just the top 5 that are scoring points as well. It's yeah, 2x2 at the top, isn't it? Pit stops, we were a disgrace again, so nothing seen there. And I mean, doesn't as long as we're not doing the bad ones. I don't care if we do 2.9s. That's fine. I'll take half a second loss. It's when we lose seconds at a time that it becomes the problem. 2.9s, 2.8s. Honestly, I'll take that. So there we go, the next race is Mexico. Now I am very concerned about Giovinazzi's ERS. He does, no hang on, let's have a look, swap out. No, that's his best one. We can't afford a new one. And, well, we've still got another sprint round to go as well. So Giovinazzi's going to be struggling to get to the end of the year with what he has. But anyway, if you've enjoyed that, thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. It's about as good as we could have hoped for us for a weekend. And let's hope Mexico is similarly as good. Yeah, I doubt it, but it might be.